criticism. What is criticism? Essentially, understand that criticism is essential for us to grow and expand. So that's the first thing I wanted to bring to your awareness. You may get criticism in a fashion that's not nice. It might not be pleasant. It might not be the most appropriate time, but criticism generally comes to help you grow. And if you believe that you create your own reality, you're actually attracting these experiences into your life in order for you to grow. So I believe that you actually do create your own experience, and whatever happens in your life, if you can take responsibility for that, be responsible, you can grow, expand, and learn through that process. So today's discussion is, I think, an exciting topic, although not pleasant at times when you do receive criticism. When you get criticism, it might not be comfortable. You might feel like you're being ridiculed. You might feel embarrassed, completely out of, you might feel like you're very, very small. It might be very distasteful. It may be that it's painful for you to hear some of the things that you hear, and you may end up feeling like you've absolutely got no self-worth. But these are, the good news is that if these are what the things that you are feeling, it means that you're human. So essentially, it's a good thing to understand that this is what people feel when they get criticism. So some of the tools that I use to make criticism something positive in my life, which you could take away and perhaps use as well, I'll share those with you now. Essentially, understand that being aware of how the criticism makes you feel. Just being aware when you get that without reacting, just be aware what it makes you feel, where in your body, and sit with that feeling for a while. Don't aim not to react. So that's number one. Number two, I'll stress again, do not react. Avoid reacting under any circumstances. Not one word. So you start to feel a bit of pain, or you start to feel anger, just sit with that anger, let it subside, let it come through your body. It might make your ego feel this small, but this is the process of growth, and this is the process of becoming more aware and moving towards a higher level of consciousness. So just sitting with that feeling, being aware of the criticism as it comes, making direct contact, eye contact with the person who's giving the criticism, and not reacting in any way. If you have to say something, avoid a reactionary remark. You can say something like, "Thank you for sharing," but in all sincerity, without any ego. But aim not to say anything if you can. Understand that the person making the criticism is generally reacting to something within themselves as well. So there might be an underlying pattern within themselves that they're reacting to and pushing the criticism onto you. The only thing is, this is provided that you are acting in integrity when they're giving the criticism. Obviously, if you're out of integrity and they're criticizing you for something you're not doing well, because you're out of your integrity, maybe that might be something you need to take on board and have a good look at in your life. to see if you are in or out of integrity. The next step is to really take some time out to determine if there is any merit in what they've said. Now you're acting in integrity, but you should take some time out. And I mean, this person's gone to the effort to tell you something, make you aware of something that they feel that you're not doing right, or that they think that you're acting out of integrity. Take some time out to really understand what they're aiming to say, and perhaps there might be a miscommunication between you and the other person that's causing this, for them to think this way. But whatever it is, it serves you well to actually understand what they're saying and really give it some attention before you react or before you say anything. The next thing is, once you've taken some time out, see if there's anything you can take away from this situation for you to grow and expand. The next point I'd mention is remember to own your own energy. Obviously the person has given you some criticism, but you need to be able to draw your own boundaries. And if the other person is out of their integrity, you really need to clearly draw those boundaries so that you can either avoid that energy in the future, or because if it's not serving you and they're constantly criticizing you when you are in integrity, that's not going to be beneficial in your life, and that's something you need to consider taking some action to either avoid that energy or that criticism if you are in integrity. The next thing I'd mention is take action to follow your own path. That is for the greater good of all concerned and yourself. Do include yourself in this equation, because you can take action to help everyone else, but if you're not in that equation, that's not going to be a balanced equation. What I will say about giving criticism, if you feel you need to give some criticism to someone, it needs to be done positively. When you're doing it, make sure you firstly commend them for what they're doing, what you feel that they're doing great on, without just launching straight into criticizing whatever you feel that they're not acting wisely in. Suggest different options and examples, drawing on strong visual images that will help them to create better results. So rather than tell them what to do, show some examples of people who are doing what you think could help them gain those results, and throw in some really strong visual images so they can see it in their mind without you having to tell them what to do. So this way you get your message across, and you're not, firstly you're not acting out of ego, you're aiming to help them, and you're not trying to tell them what to do. You're giving them options. Lastly, I'll mention, close the conversation by encouraging them and giving their right to own their own energy. That is, for them to act out of their own path and their own free will to make whatever they want to happen. So these are the points I wanted to mention today about criticism. I hope you'll take away something from this message and be able to understand why people are criticizing you for whatever reason that might be able to avoid reacting, sitting with the energy, and then really understanding what they're trying to say, taking away the positives of that criticism, drawing your boundaries, and after you hear the criticism, still owning your own energy and acting out of integrity to move forward in your life. And also when giving criticism, to be able to say that in a positive way by commending people for what they're doing great on, giving suggestions, rather than telling people what to do, drawing on strong visual images to create a picture in their mind so that they can create better results, and also giving them the right to own their own energy and follow their own path, while giving them options to follow through on to create their results. So I hope you take something away from that, and I thank you for watching.